What's cracking? And welcome to Under the Foreskin, a show dedicated to the happenings of the SJU and Misfits Fantasy Football League. My name is Kyle. I'm the head of football operations for the Potomac Pretenders, the now clear of the toilet bowl Potomac Pretenders. Joined once again 2 weeks in a row. What a treat. Co-commissioner Alex Dunn.
Hi, Kyle. How are you?
Very good. I'm very happy to be out of the toilet bowl. Hoping you can join me this week.
I would love to send Joel back to the toilet bowl.
Yes,
he's got a little bit of an advantage. We need some things to go my way, but hopefully I can join.
So did I.
That's true.
The Wrinkle Beasts, now the Bighorns, are destined for the toilet bowl every year. So
every year, it doesn't matter what the name is.
Yeah, send them. So we're gonna bounce some things off each other. We're gonna talk about what happened last week. Some good matchups in the Super Bowl. Kind of lived up to the excitement we expected. And we'll talk a little bit about the toilet bowl, and then we'll get into next week's matchup and then there were 4.
Well, there's 8. You can't forget about us toilet bowl participants.
I mean, there's really 4.
There's really 4. However, I don't want to buy the beer.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I can't wait to clear my lineup. I already dropped all my D's and kickers and just scavenge the wire for.
Yeah, you weren't the only one to do that.
No, I was a little behind, actually, it looked like.
It did.
All right, so the toilet bowl last week. The Potomac Pretenders escaped the toilet bowl with a big win over the Brooklyn Bighorns. I didn't even write down the score, but I know I put up 90-something points and beat the Bighorns, and it felt good. A win has never felt so nice this season. There's only 4 to choose from.
I mean, that's just the moment you need to win on.
It is. It's a big one.
It's a huge relief after that. It's almost better than getting out of the first round of the playoffs. Almost. Ask
Jack.
Yeah.
So the Baton Rouge Border Collies, they were the other matchup last week in the first round of the toilet bowl. They took on the Alaskan Pipeliners. The Border Collies were clearly laying on a beach in Mexico and forgot to show up to the fantasy football toilet bowl.
Yeah, did they set a lineup?
I didn't even look, to be honest.
No, I didn't either.
The Pipeliners.
It was really the battle of 2 teams that couldn't have anything go right for them.
No, it was a tough year for both teams. And the Pipeliners got the W, so they're in the clear.
Yes, congratulations to the Pipeliners.
And now the Border Collies travel to Duluth to take on the Dodgers, which we'll get into later. We'll break down that matchup.
Wait, how does that work? Who gets the home seed?
Oh, the lowest seed.
The lowest seed gets the home seed. You get that advantage?
Right.
All right. Okay. Fair enough.
Well, your fans, you get the boos from your fans because your team's
That's true.
It's actually
hard to
not
play in that environment.
Right. It is.
Yeah, a lot of pressure.
Yep. So on to the actual Super Bowl bracket, which we were not a part of, but we were there in spirit.
We were paying attention.
We were paying attention. We were, absolutely. So first off, the Saskatoon Skinflutes took on the Chernobyl Tin Whiskers, and the Skinflutes, the number 1 seed, advanced. Big win for Dave and the Flutes, 104-94 over Chernobyl.
Yeah, that number 1 seed is scary because you get that wild card that is known for putting up points. But even with a poor performance out of Ben Roethlisberger,
9 points, yeah.
He still got her done. So congratulations to Dave and his Saskatoon Skinflutes.
Yep, big weeks out of Sammy Watkins, D'Angelo Williams, 2 guys that were, D'Angelo was off the radar until Le'Veon got hurt, and Sammy was awful all season until the last, 4 or 5 weeks, I'd say.
He's really heated up as well.
He has, and he's...
He will. I mean, that's just a great play by Dave.
Yeah.
They're backing up this guy.
That's what handcuffs are for.
Handcuffs are really big in 14.
Especially when they turn out to be as good as D'Angelo. And then the Carolina D, maybe the best purchase Dave made coming down the home stretch. They had 28 points on Sunday. They were pretenders. Now they're equal to $8 or $7 next year. I can't remember.
Yeah, well, you're going to use that.
I will. I'm excited to use it. When's draft day?
We should we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Probably the same week it is every year, so mark your calendars, please.
Adam. The Tin Whiskers, 94 points. Big week out of A-Rod. Well, actually not that big of a week. Only 18 points.
Yeah.
That's big for a pretender quarterback, but not Aaron Rodgers that you pay 60.
Really getting your money
How many dollars is that per point?
I don't know.
It's a lot. Over 3 or 4. Yeah. Alshon Jeffrey had a big week, but plagued by injury all season. He exits the year with a 17-point show. Lamar Miller gave Dave a little bit of a scare on Monday night. He had, probably 60, 70 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half. And I was watching thinking one more touchdown, and this is awfully close all of a sudden. And then Eric Decker was just an absolute stud. Ryan Fitzpatrick's probably secondary go-to guy, but nevertheless a productive member of the Jets offense.
Just a huge year all year. He quietly just putting up a touchdown or 90 yards or something like that a week.
It's fun to see a white guy do that.
Yeah, white guys can play.
Chernobyl, though, plagued by some really bad plays. Danny Woodhead against the Chiefs. The Chiefs have just been so hot lately. 3 points. It's ugly. Actually, I think that's from week 13. He had 3 points. He actually had 1 point.
Yeah, I don't think he had.
Did he even have 1 point?
I thought he had
Did he have Kelsey for sure had 1 point. And Brandon Cooks, who's been up and down all season, only had 2 points. So there's your holes in the Chernobyl lineup, and that led to him losing by 10 points to the Saskatoon Skin Flutes. Next up, the Sioux City Smugglers. They took on the Flint Tropics, and this was a very, very tight matchup with two underperforming teams this week. I had high hopes for both these teams to scare 100 points, and neither of them really came close. Sioux City Smugglers.
Not a playoff performance by either team.
Hideous. Smugglers 76, Flint Tropics 73. Tropics got 14 out of Gronk, 18 out of Tom Brady. Pretty good combination there, but Danny Amendola couldn't secure a touchdown. He only had 40 yards, which equaled 4 points. And the Denver D, which carried Dinger to a lot of wins at the beginning of the year, just 10 points this week. So, tough exit for Dinger. I know I was rooting for him.
I was as well. You want to see those guys that haven't won a championship before get up there. Although in this case, there's two of them. But I might lean towards the SJU player.
When you say those guys, you mean SJU.
Yeah.
Not Misfits aren't those guys.
I love Roger.
Right.
My alliance is still with the blue and red.
Right, yes. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Roger, put up a stinker this week and got by with it.
I know, yeah, and he's still capable of putting up lots of points.
Mm-hmm. He's a scary second-round matchup. Yep, we'll talk about that soon.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, just going back to Dinger, too. Getting a lewd injury this year, and that really ended up being the dagger.
Yep, did. Mark Ingram going out the week of was really, really tough.
It is kind of hard to see Blockett on your bench.
Who knew? Seattle no-name wide receivers. Yeah, that.
I don't know. Can we just look at that really quick? I want to say that Blockett had a really good point spread on the stretch.
He had 16, 3, 9. It's Doug Baldwin who's really had week after week, and he's been riding the Dodgers bench week after week, which is.
You can't trust. You can't blame either of those guys. You can't trust the Seattle wide receivers.
Boy, I don't know. That's like 5 weeks in a row. It's time to start believing.
That's true. When you're a draft dodger, it takes a lot.
That's true. The Noble and Butte Pirates played the Hollywood Hotties this week, and the Butte Pirates got the mean side of the Hollywood Hotties. 131. Huge week. Russell Wilson, 31. OBJ, 29. Todd Gurley, 27. Eddie Lacy, 21. Holy shit. Boom goes the dynamite.
Scary team right there. Hotties have tried to put that together all year and it's so inconsistent. So that came out in the playoffs.
Even the Amari Cooper, 0. Jeremy Hill, 1 point.
Yeah, it is still inconsistent.
They're still inconsistent, but...
And I think if you would have looked at Todd Gurley in the third quarter, I don't think he had a
Yeah, he's probably pretty quiet and blew up late.
Good for them.
And OBJ on Monday night, just icing on the cake, just really crushing Zach's hopes. Who knew he was out of it anyways, but just to watch yourself get blown out by 40 points is
it's tough.
It's tough.
Zach had some tough matchups this week. And,
he did.
I think Mariota didn't have a point until the fourth quarter, and he came on and actually put up some points.
Pretty damn impressive. They only scored 8 points, and he had 20.
Yeah, that is really.
That's a lot of yards.
Well, he caught a touchdown. Couldn't throw one, but he caught one. That's pretty impressive.
From my running back.
From your running back. Yeah.
Wow, feels great.
You lost 2 points.
I did.
Well, still beat you.
Although Antonio Andrews never sneaks into the end zone, so I'll take a passing.
Yeah, 4 points is better than no points.
Devonta Freeman kind of sputtered down the stretch. He was crazy good at the beginning. Charmander West, fuck you, Zach, for picking him up. That's my handcuff, which I...
Would that make you feel any better if you would have lost the first round with Charmander? You still have made the playoffs.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm liking where I'm sitting.
Yeah, you're in a good spot.
Yeah.
No, Zach had actually really good running backs all year, and unfortunately, it didn't really pan out for him.
It didn't.
that's too bad from that standpoint. But.
And just a hideous season out of Jordan Matthews, who I was high on preseason, and it just turned out to be crust.
Yeah, he kind of had those receivers on his team all year that you thought were going to break out and just never did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The Akron Armadillos took on the Poughkeepsie Pandas. Upset special alert. Poughkeepsie Pandas 112. Akron Armadillos 76. For Akron, a first-round exit. Not normally part of Jack's repertoire.
It's only happened twice.
Once to you.
Once to me.
And now once to the Pandas.
Sorry, Jack.
The Pandas are 112 points behind Andy Dalton's interception donut in the first drive of the game.
That is impressive.
He's got 7 guys in double digits. Marshall Ivory, David Johnson, Jordan Reed, A.J. Green, Brandon McManus, and the New York Jets defense, all in double figures.
You know what's scary about that? Lee Hopkins.
I know. It is. I would not want to be playing Tyler's team this week. I wonder who's playing him. I know. For the Dillos, they are who I thought they were. I never thought they were that good. They did not come to play this week. Right.
The guys in
Yep.
ended up not being February. Just saying.
I'd say probably a better last 9 weeks.
Yeah. Maybe last 6 weeks.
6?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there were a couple weeks there at the beginning where he was getting healthy.
Yeah.
We were this out too, but we don't need to go into the Mike Floyd analysis. It's clear he's the better player.
Gio Bernard squeaked out 6 points, but he's been kind of carrying that team with some big weeks.
Yeah. And so did McCoy, and McCoy had a real average game.
Really average.
I didn't see Carlos Williams in the lineup this week, but I don't think that would have made a difference either.
My sources say no, 0 points.
Okay.
Mike Evans, 3 points. Didn't turn out to be quite the acquisition they were so excited about. When he left the Pretenders, went to the Flutes, left the Flutes, went to the Dillos. It happens. Trades happen like that.
You gotta take your chances on guys. So many guys out there. Again, they're guys. They're big guys didn't perform. Allen Robinson, he had a huge year all year,
and in a 51-point game. Yeah.
The week before, half their points.
Right. Yep. And that's the recipe of their success. And you would think if the Jags score 51 points, the Dillos would be advancing. Not the case. They go down in the first round. Is that it? Is that all the matchups? Yeah.
We did all the matchups.
That's all the matchups.
Yeah. Well, we did the toilet bowl matchups?
Yeah, we did.
We did the toilet bowl.
I mean, we didn't really break them down, but they probably don't merit a breakdown, right?
Yeah.
So let's get into let's get into the toilet bowl. So still remaining, Crapstone, you take on the Brooklyn Bighorns. I'm just going to give you my pick right now. I think Crapstone wins it and sends Joel back.
I hope so.
And the Collies.
I'm not going to pick him that game. I just hope
you just don't want to pay.
There's really nothing to say. My team's terrible. Joel's team's beat up.
Yeah. Okay. So last year, the Collies and the Waco Wrinklebees tied.
They tied
in the toilet bowl to both pay for the cake.
Both pay for the cake.
Now we changed the rule
because of that. Because having 2 years in a row and with the cost.
Yeah. Yep.
The only guy having to show up $400 a day between agencies.
Right. That's true. So, if Crapstone wins this week and the Duluth Draft Dodgers win this week, it is a rematch back-to-back toilet bowls. I just realized that.
I just realized that as well.
And for that reason, I think the Dodgers beat the Border Collies this week.
Well, it's very depressing for two friends to this. History could repeat itself.
I mean, that's like almost get a picture and hang in the garage at the draft next year, back-to-back toilet bowls.
We're going to have to get the matching shirts or something.
We should pick up 2 beat-up toilets at a junkyard and they can both sit on them.
I really should have kept that yellow toilet seat from the bathroom. If I thought it was very attractive.
That thing is gross. What if you put 2 toilets back-to-back and then you sat Joel and you sat Jason on one? Because they're back-to-back toilet bowls. It could be. If that happens, we're doing it.
That would be a great picture for the league website.
Right. Yes. Yeah, when is that coming?
I think 2017.
All right, I'm going Dodgers. Dodgers so it's Collies and Wrinklebees, Brooklyn Bighorns.
Advancing to the top.
Right.
I'm picking neither. I can't do it.
That's fine. Did you know I picked?
Because I'm in I mean, I'm in this race,
Right.
and I don't feel.
Do you know I
comfortable.
picked every game right last week in the
I
championship?
did not know that. I thought you would have bragged about that a little more.
Well, it just came to my mind.
You want to take 5 seconds to get it out?
Well, I was pretty good on the picks before the computer crapped out. It would have been fun to continue the season and see what I ended up
Were you
at.
recording them now? You were recording.
Yeah, I had a Google Sheet.
Okay, well, next year.
Next year. There's always next year.
Pretenders will be better, which means I'm the Foreskin will be better.
For sure, more frequent. I don't know about better. All right, so week 15. The Flutes, they take on the Pandas this week. This is a battle of a couple Goliaths. The Pandas are favored, but that means nothing.
Yeah, this is
Cool.
This is going to be a fun matchup to follow.
This is going to be fun.
This is a big one.
This is almost worth the red zone order just to watch these two teams square off. Yeah.
Where do you want to start?
Well, let's start with the Skin Flutes.
All right.
So Big Ben's at Denver, or home versus Denver.
Home versus Denver, which is a scary defense. But Big Ben's got just tons of weapons.
Yeah, we saw what he did to Seattle. They were a scary defense, 550 and a couple T's.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's hard to knock Big Ben. He seems to show up for big games. It looks like it's the game of the week, Sunday afternoon. Sammy Watkins at Washington. I feel a hot streak continuing. Washington's pretty porous.
Their defense has been playing pretty well, which is winning games. That's something too.
Yep.
So.
Macklin at Baltimore. Baltimore was one of the worst pass Ds for a long time.
Future, yeah. Even Alex Smith could probably get knocked from the ball.
Wow. So right now I'd say we're 2 for 3. I'm not going to call Big Ben a shoe-in for a huge game.
No.
AP at Chicago. He always seems to play well against the Bears. It's home. A little momentum from last week against the Cardinals.
He'll be churning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
D'Angelo against Denver. I'd say that's a red matchup for D'Angelo. But
that is a red matchup. Yeah.
Jared Cook, no comment. He plays tonight, teeing off here in 15 minutes on the first tee.
Well, that is Dave just holding true to his colors. Has to watch a player like theirs.
And I respect that.
Was having a cat in the
little
game.
Skin in the game. I like that. And then late season pickup, Tim Hightower down from Mark Ingram. Dave somehow snagged him without any auction dollars. Not sure what has happened there.
Yeah, got him last week. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't really
paying attention to the wire. Yeah.
Do you think Dave picked him up before Ingram got hurt?
He might have. He seems to figure out who's going to get
crystal ball it.
Yeah, some of the soul of the devil, I think.
And here's the really interesting one: Carolina D. So they're playing at New York Giants, which is a nice transition into the Poughkeepsie Pandas starting quarterback Eli Manning. So if Eli has a huge day, Carolina D most likely doesn't.
But if Carolina picks off a couple, those are 4-point plays for Dave.
Right.
Those are huge.
That's a big deal. So, I get Poughkeepsie going for the gusto. Plus, he lost.
He lost Dalton.
Yeah, he does have Jay
He
Butler.
doesn't have a ton of options.
No, he doesn't.
Pick up Yates too. I thought he did.
TJ Yates at Indy.
And Cutler. So he's still got some time to make a decision. But
I mean, starting TJ Yates. In the second round of the fantasy playoffs, that'd be like starting Matt Hasselbeck in Week 13 when, if you get a win, you win the league. Roger. Just got waxed. Oh, it was awesome. All right, so Eli,
you know, one more point, and David would have
right. He probably could have started, a guy Teddy Bridgewater or something.
I don't think that week would have worked out. Wasn't it the Seattle week?
Yeah, I don't know. Hasselbeck had like 3 picks and a fumble lost.
Teddy didn't even show up.
That's true. DeAndre Hopkins, nice matchup at Indy. I don't know if Vontae Davis is playing or not. B. Marsh at Dallas. He's matchup proof. He has 10 touchdowns in 10 games. Yeah. That's crazy.
He's a stud receiver.
Yep.
But I think Tyler got him for like under $20.
Yeah, he's been really good. Well, we all thought Geno Smith was the quarterback.
Yeah, that's true. I think in the history of this league, Tyler's probably had the best receivers.
He sniffs them out. Well, Hopkins is dirt cheap next year for him too. We're going to be dealing with those two assholes over the rest of our lives. Ivory
just
and
one more year.
Oh yeah,
Hopkins.
that's right. Kept him
into that season. So that's the year.
Yep. Chris Ivory at Dallas. Not a juicy matchup, but Lacey and Starkshire had their way last week with him.
And Ivory's been pretty solid all year. I know he's kind of cooled off a little bit, but he's still a beast.
Yeah. David Johnson, 14 points. Did you say Beast East?
I said Beast on the East.
Oh, Beast in the East, on the East.
On the East.
On the East.
Beast East. I was playing off of that.
Yeah, got it. David Johnson, nice late season pickup, projected for 14 at Philly. Got it like that. Jordan Reed.
Huge game last night. Oh. He's healthy. He's a stud.
He is. That's true. AJ Green at San Francisco. You got to like that one.
Even with AJ McCann.
And the Jets defense playing against Matt Castle and the Noodle Arm in Dallas. Probably a good matchup overall there, too.
10 points might not be enough.
And that's not enough. It's going to be higher than that. So, who do you like, Alex? You got to pick somebody here. You're not in the Super Bowl playoffs.
I'm not in the Super Bowl playoffs. I will make a pick. Maybe I should have picked the other games, too.
That's all right. Nobody cares.
I think I gotta go with Dave's gonna kill me for this, but the Pandas are just on fire, and they're not gonna get 0 points from their quarterback this week. I think, as much as I hate to do it, I think the Pandas are gonna win.
My initial gut was Pandas too, but I just don't see Eli showing up for this game at Carolina.
That's true.
And I think he throws a couple picks, and those 4-point plays are the difference. And I think Dave has enough good matchups otherwise to get him through. Obviously, Jared Cook doesn't excite me a lot, but other than that, he's got some nice, juicy ones. I'm going Dave. I think he's going to play for the Triple Crown in the championship. We'll see who he plays, and I'll tell you if he's going to win or not.
All right.
Let's see. Hollywood Hotties, Sioux City Smugglers. That was an extensive breakdown, but it deserved it. I mean, both of these are great matches. Yeah,
we have some two quality matches.
Right. I would argue the 4 best teams made it. Maybe the Tropics, in my opinion, were right there, but they were plagued by injury.
They were plagued by injury at this point. At this point in the season, they're probably the 4th strongest team.
Yep. So Hottie Smugglers, 2 8-5 regular season teams. They square off this week. Hottie's riding the hot hand of Russell Wilson. He travels home, or stays at home, I guess, to play Cleveland.
Travels home.
Was he on the road last week? Well, then he probably travels home.
No, they played in Baltimore.
Yeah, so he travels home to play Cleveland.
You think that East and West with them?
It's possible. I doubt it.
Yeah, Rusty's just been on fire for the last 5 or 6 weeks now. Maybe more.
Hard to see Cleveland slowing him down.
Traded from the Prairie Dogs to the Hotties, where he belongs.
Mm-hmm. He's always been a Hottie at heart.
He's always been a Hottie at heart, too.
Hollywood Hottie at heart.
He's been performing. Remember the Wilson Stacy Lacey days?
Oh, scary.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
Yeah. Amari Cooper at Green Bay. I like him better at Green Bay, home versus Green Bay than I liked him playing Denver.
Yes.
OBJ, scary matchup this week.
This is a scary matchup, yes, for
sure. Yeah. I mean, it is a movable object versus unstoppable force. We're going to see what happens.
I guarantee OBJ has a sweet catch in this game.
One sweet catch.
Because he's going to have a sweet catch in this game to make it.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
As long as he's going to be right on.
That's true.
And I'm also probably can guarantee that Norman's going to have a pretty sweet catch in this
probably.
game too. So.
Yep. Todd Gurley versus Tampa Bay tonight. Stellar Tampa Bay run D, I know.
Gurley seems to be able to get it done.
Yeah.
Even last week he didn't have it done until the 4th quarter, and then he put So I think he hits 11. I think that's still attainable for him.
Yeah.
Whether a touchdown or not. He just might not have the 20 burger.
That's fair.
Week, so
Jeremy Hill at San Francisco.
This has been one of the most frustrating players to own.
Right, absolutely.
It's been real touchdown dependent, but maybe they're not the
Yeah. That's very true. Good. And you can't see him getting down in this game big where Jeremy's sitting on the sidelines while Gio gets all the snaps.
They might even get to run out some clock.
Yeah. Richard Rodgers at Oakland. I mean, he's been pretty solid for some yards and then a couple huge games sprinkled in there.
Yeah, he's getting it done for the Hotties.
He's a lumbering oaf, but he seems to make for a decent tight end in that offense.
He's got a quarterback throwing on the ball, and they figure it out.
Yep.
Quarterback doesn't have a ton of options.
And if Jeremy Hill isn't the most frustrating player to own, how about Eddie Lacy?
He's right up there too, right behind Devontae Adams. No, that's not true. But yeah, Lacey's been super frustrating this year.
I mean, if he doesn't part his dreads right, he might get benched. You never know.
You don't know.
You don't know.
He's woken up on the wrong side of the bed.
Benched.
He hasn't woken up at all.
Benched.
Yeah.
So
ate too much cheese.
Right, and then at defense they got Minnesota playing Jay Butler and the Chicago Bears.
So hopefully there's a few picks there for the Hotties.
Yeah, I think I saw Linval Joseph practice today.
That's good. Yeah.
I don't know about Anthony Barr or Harrison.
Harrison's been on the field.
He has, okay.
But I don't think Barr has.
Okay.
You put those three in there and things change quite a bit for Chicago. But, even with just one of them out, you can expose Minnesota.
Overall, though, the Hotties, not super juicy.
No, not super juicy, but they got the players to get it done.
They do. The Smugglers, however, Phillip Rivers plays Miami. No one to throw to, but they're playing Miami, so he's got a chance.
And he loves to throw.
He loves to
throw a lot. Yeah. This is actually a really good pickup by Roger. I think he struggled a little bit in the last couple of weeks, but overall, Rivers chucks the ball just a ton.
And then
a lot of good things can happen.
A lot of good things from Rivers. Demaryius Thomas falling at Pittsburgh. Hard to say if that game's a shootout or not. Demaryius
He's been consistent. He's been putting up decent numbers, but he hasn't put up any really good numbers.
No, you haven't seen the 30 burger out of him.
He's been like a top 20 wide receiver, maybe somewhere in there, but that doesn't really matter because when you got Antonio Brown as your second wide receiver, things are good.
Right.
Yeah. And they are in Sioux City.
Does Antonio draw Aqib Talib, and what happens? It doesn't matter.
I don't think it matters. He gets open, and Ben finds
and they get him the ball in so many ways. Antonio's just a certified stud. What a player.
Yeah.
Doug Martin at St. Louis tonight. St. Louis, decent run defense. But Dougie's been
huge.
He's been really, really good. Really good. Darren McFadden playing the Jets. Really tough matchup.
This is scary for Roger.
Yep.
This could be a weak point.
Yep.
I don't think
he had 100. Yeah.
Okay.
No TDs, but 100.
TDs,
yep.
100. Right.
On like 10 rushes.
Okay, that's solid. Okay, all right. Well, my interest level is just
right. That's
now.
fair.
I'm looking at stats and just
And we hate watching the Packers.
We do, unless they're losing.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we're cheering against your Packers. Sorry.
Greg Olsen playing the Giants. Gotta like that matchup. Greg Olsen is a stud. I mean, besides Gronk, he's been by far the best tight end.
Oh, he's been solid.
Yep.
And Carolina's offense has been operating on all cylinders.
Scary good. Latavius Murray been a nice pickup for Raj this year. He's playing versus Green Bay at home. I don't know.
I think Latavius has been really quiet this year, but he's been super solid.
He's been solid. Yeah.
I think a lot of those West Coast teams you just don't really sure about, but he's been super solid.
Well, you got to do yard work after the noon games, and usually those West Coast teams are teeing off at 3:05, 3:25. Yep. And then Rodgers' defense, the Miami defense at San Diego. So a little bit interesting play here with Phil at the helm this week. Phil has a big week. It hurts Miami.
Maybe he's hedging his bets.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to maybe call him in here and interview him.
Well, he's got the St. Louis D at home tonight versus Tampa Bay. Might be playing them. You got 4 minutes to make that change, Roger.
Yep, get it in.
So that does it.
Refresh.
Well, we got to say who you think's going to win.
Oh yeah, on this game, I'm going Hotties. I like their matchups just a tad bit better, and they got guys that can just put up monster numbers, even if one guy doesn't have a good number. So I think the Hotties make a trip back to the championship, their first since 2012.
Wow. Yeah, I'm going Hotties in this one too. I actually, after we read through the Hotties, I thought I was going to go Smugglers. Then we read through the Smugglers, and I'm back to the Hotties. This could be another 85, 83 point week.
It could. I mean, they both got the players to do it, but they don't have the greatest matchups.
It's tough weeks for both of them.
I mean, we got really 2 great matchups here between the Hotties and Smugglers.
Yep.
And the Pandas.
Yep.
And,
I think it'll be 2 different games.
2 different games, but really close matchups.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so Super Bowl matchup. Alex has the Hotties and the Pandas, and I have the Flutes and the Smugglers. No, the Hotties.
No, Flutes and the Hotties.
Flutes, Hotties, yep. So I have...
So it's probably going to be the Smugglers and whoever we didn't pick.
I don't know. I'm perfect in the playoffs.
Yeah, you got to be scared if I'm picking your team.
Well, with that, thanks for joining, Alex. One more week.
Pleasure. One more week. I'll be here.
All right, deal. As always, follow us on Twitter at SJU Misfits, on YouTube, youtube.com/SJU and Misfits. Until next week, Good luck out there on the gridiron. Take care, everybody.